It's been fun, really.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's different, but sometimes different is good. So we all respect Coach Strong and the coaches, and they get after us just the way they're supposed to. And me being a senior, it's my time to step up and be a leader of this team. And it's coming around. It's coming along slowly. I've always felt like I had a voice on this team, so I can say some things that some of the young guys can't say, but I feel like guys respect me on this team, and Coach Strong is giving us the reins to be senior leaders, and if we have something we need to say, we can say it. So he's real about everything he says, and if he tell you something, he means it. So like I said, it's been fun. It's been I'm happy about coming back for my senior year. Finish up my education and learn some things under Coach Bedford and Coach Vaughn, and being under Coach Strong, and it's just like I said, it's different, but it's a fun different.
What's the biggest difference?
It's a lot of things different, but it's just, it's gonna be we all. I've been used to Coach Brown. I've been around Coach Brown, so I've been around since I was younger. So like I said, it's different for me. Whatever y'all different is, and my different is completely different. So y'all don't know exactly where I'll be coming from. So just know I enjoy it, and that's all that needs to be said.
Quandre, Charlie's talked a lot about how everybody has a clean slate. Do you kind of feel that even the guys who maybe didn't think like they were given a fair shot before now feel like they can start over again with a new staff?
Oh yeah,
somebody who's proven himself like you do, like you have to prove yourself again for him.
No doubt. These guys don't care about what you did in the past. You're gonna come out, you're gonna practice, you're gonna be. If you are a leader or you are a vet, you're going to go out and show why you're supposed to be on the field. And, I respect that. I feel like no guy should have a place on this team, and no guy should just be able to settle. It's a new staff. Guys should be hungry to show the staff, the type of players they are. And once you show that, they respect you for that. So I feel like we're off to a good start, and it's going to be a fun year.
What are some words you would use to describe a Charlie Strong practice for those who might not know what it's like?
Tough, grueling, long, but like I say, it's a lot of contact, and I like contact, so it doesn't really bother me. We just, it's a nice little tempo, and we just move around 5-minute periods, but you're gonna get your work in those 5 minutes, and you're gonna get a chance to get water, but you're gonna get back to it, and you're gonna continue to work, and you're gonna continue to grind. So he's around looking at all the stations, and just being around. So him coming around cracking a joke every now and then is not unusual for him. So he's around us at all times.
Quandre, a lot was made about Coach Akina not being retained.
Mm-hmm.
DBU, the whole thing there. How has Coach Vaughn come in and adjusted to you guys?
Mm-hmm. One thing with Coach Vaughn, when he came in, he made it clear that he wanted to continue to keep the DBU tradition going, and he wanted to be a part of it. So he wants to continue to get that thing going, and me being a senior with him coming in, I had to embrace him quick because, those guys look up to me in that secondary. And, I met with Coach Vaughn and I met with Coach Bedford and them all before the rest of the team. I came back early from Christmas break and met with those guys just to be around them and kind of get a feel for those guys so I can, go back and tell the DBs how those guys are going to be because, when you come in with a new staff, you got to gain that trust. And those guys are going to trust me to tell them the truth. And, I came back, I told them what the deal was going to be, and, those guys are all on board. And we all respect Coach Vaughn. He's teaching us a lot of great things. And he's a young guy, but he gets after us. And, it's no different than we had when Coach Akina was here. So I have a lot of respect for Coach Vaughn, and I have a lot of respect for Coach Akina. And, he's going to be missed, but Coach Akina's in a better place. He's not in a better place, but he's in a great place right now in Stanford. And we're gonna miss him, and I keep in touch with him because he's always been like a father figure to me. Because I've been knowing him since I was 7. So it's just one of those deals that it changed, but we're gonna keep this tradition alive, and guys are gonna respect that.
Quandre, I know coaching change is different for you. Did you have an expectation as to where y'all would be in spring practice? I mean, give us a progress report. Do you think you're ahead of schedule, behind schedule? What do you think?
I never knew we was on a schedule. I just thought we were just getting our work in. So. We just grinding, man. We're not looking forward. We're not looking ahead. We're in it now. So this spring is just, just getting the work in. Everybody's getting adjusted to these guys, they getting adjusted to us. So we can't put ourselves on a schedule. We can't say where we are right now, and we just got to continue to grind and not worry about all the critics and all those things. We just gonna go out, we're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna have fun.
We haven't got to talk to you in person since your breakdown of student sections and fans and stuff like that. Have you heard much from people on that?
Oh yeah, man. I was just speaking my mind. So I feel like I got everybody riled up. The students, they understood where I was coming from. I felt like, I didn't get anything. The Coach Strong didn't say anything, and he wants to speak our mind. He wants us to say what we want improved, and you can only respect that as a player. And I was just stating some opinions, some things that I saw around the Big 12, and some things I feel like that we could do here to make the student section better and make the game atmosphere better. So hopefully those guys heard that, and I just leave that to them.
Quandre said Reed mentioned that the attitude of a lot of the seniors and a lot of the guys who've been here a while is that you guys are tired of losing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make things like buying in easier when that's the general attitude that, hey, the Alamo Bowl and 8-4, that's not good enough here?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Heck, I know I hate losing more than I like winning. With winning, man, I love to win. I've always been a winner in my life, so being around losing is not acceptable for me. So it makes it easy to buy them because those guys, what they did at Louisville, it's tremendous. Those guys won a lot of games down there, and they want to come in. They want to do the same thing here. They want to take this program back to the top where it's supposed to be, and that was his message from day one. He wanted to come in. He wanted to win. He wanted us to be the big boys on the block, and with Coach Strong, just his attitude, his mentality, man, you can just him walking around practice, you can see that he's serious about this. He really loves the spot he's in now, and he knows there's no better place in the country to come in and turn things around than at the University of Texas.
Where are you going to play next year? Do you know yet?
Guess y'all have to see. It's no surprise, man. It's only 4 positions in the backfield in the secondary, so. Well, 5, it's only those 5, and wherever I lined up at before. So you guys will see when the spring game, April 19th.
Linebackers out?
Nah, ain't no linebacker. Nah.
But it is fair to say you don't plan on coming off the field.
Nah, I never want to come off the field, and that's not in my mentality, man. I like to be on the field. I like to be able to make plays.
Do you feel like you guys are deeper in corners or safeties? Where do you feel like you're needed more?
Wherever the coaches put me, that's where I'm gonna be needed, I guess. I'm gonna be on the field regardless of where they put me, and I'm just gonna go out there, play my game, and I'm just enjoying the spring and being healthy, man. That's the main thing. Like I said, but like I told y'all when I came back, this is the first spring I've been healthy in 2 years. So I'm just going out having fun and enjoying this thing, and adapting and just playing the game that I love.
You talk about trust, how coaches have to trust you guys. You have to trust them as well. Do you build up that trust by what the staff has done at Louisville, what you see from them on the field? How do you all establish that trust with these new guys?
Man, you can look at their resume, man. Look at their resume and the things that they've accomplished at all the places they've been. Coach Strong was a winner at Florida. He was a winner at Louisville. Coach Befford, he was there with Coach Strong. Coach Vaughn, he against UCF and Louisville last year, they gave up 1 touchdown. So you can only respect that, and you have to trust those guys because if you want to win games, that's just the way it got to be. The players got to trust the coach got to trust the players, and it's a tremendous. It of course it's been a challenge. It's been different, but it's something you got to embrace, and you can't fight it. You just got to trust those guys and enjoy those guys. That's all you can do. They're gonna coach you hard, but at the end of the day, they're gonna be the jokesters, the good guys that they are, and they love us like they love their kids, and we just got to go out and we got to continue to, just grind around those guys and trust them, and just go out there and play our game.
Q last ones for Quandre.
Was it cool for y'all having Coach Bever coming back, being a former UT guy?
Oh yeah, no doubt, and with him being a DB, he's on us the most pretty much. So he's always on us about what he wants us to do, and you can only respect that. Like I said, a guy that's played here that's proven to be a great coach, a great player. He coached Vasher at Chicago, and Vasher texted me as soon as Coach Befford was hired and said, "Man, you're gonna like Coach Befford." And since that day, I've met with him, I've sat down with him, and he's a real guy. He's gonna be real with you, and he's gonna let you know what he likes and what he doesn't like, and he's gonna quiz you all the time, and I like that because that just shows your IQ and your awareness of the game.
He's got
Q,
used to, right?
do you think that what's going on that practice field come August and September, how are you going to describe just the attitude of the defense?
We're gonna be tough. I can tell you that. We're gonna be tough, and if we're not tough, then Coach Strong gonna tell us. He gonna let us know, and practice gonna be tougher and tougher until you get tough. He's gonna mold you into tough guys, and if you don't want to be tough guys, you're gonna be off the field. So that's just the type of coach he is, and like I said, you can only respect that, and you just got to go out and play the game because the game of football is all about toughness.
I mean, I'm hoping so. You know, it's a great offensive staff. You know, we have a lot of guys coming back on offense, and we just as a team, we're just trying to get rolling and trying to click and trying to play as a team right now.
What's been your take on Coach Robinson?
Intense guy, really intense guy. He's you know, he's one of those guys that really flips the switch on the field. He'll get after you and he'll talk to you like he don't know who you are, like you disrespect him or something like that. But that's just his nature of coaching, and that's something something that we like. Because you know, off the field, he'll be your best friend and acting like your dad. You know what I'm saying, and trying to take care of you the best he can. So I mean, he's a great coach and a great guy off the field as well.
Does he talk to you like he's been around guys like Emmitt Smith and all that? He's been around pros. I mean,
oh yeah,
what you mean, or?
Oh yeah, no doubt. He still does, and he tells us all the time. He still has a little bit of that NFL in him, you know what I'm saying? And he's just a hard coach. He coaches you hard. I mean, if you take one wrong step, I mean, he'll get right after you. But that's the type of coaching we need on this team. It's great.
It seems like every offseason since you've been here, you've had something that you've been trying to prove, some project you've been working on. What were you trying to do this offseason?
You know, I'm just trying to become complete and really just trying to, as a back, have a complete season and be focused on like the smallest details I can focus on. And that's something I've been working on each and every day, and something that Coach Robinson preaches to all those running backs in that room. So I mean, it's gonna be a grind, and I'm gonna just keep on fighting to be the best I can be.
What were the small details that kind of got away from you before?
You know, it'll just be small things like if we're running zone, I might take my first step, and then the second step will be forward instead of keeping it lateral. You know what I'm saying? And just stuff like that, and staying on the right track each and every play, and just the small things like that, and being consistent with my game.
What are some words you would use to describe a Charlie Strong practice?
Probably grimy, probably tough, hard, all those little words you can think of. But I mean, it's definitely good for us, and it's real physical, and he wants that to be our mentality, and I mean it's working. You can tell guys are getting used to just hitting and going at it, and we're lasting longer at the end of practice, and we're trying to grind it out.
Malcolm, do you feel like is David trying to prove something at quarterback?
Oh, for sure. I mean, us as an offense, you know, we're trying to prove something. We're trying to go out and have just a consistent year. That's something we lacked a little bit last year, and we weren't as consistent. Just those last couple games that we played, and that's something that we definitely want to prove.
Does the team feel like y'all don't care who the quarterback is, or is David or Tyrone one of them?
I mean, definitely not. They're all working hard right now. I mean, you could put Tyrone in with the ones, you put David in with the ones. They're all going to try to get that job done.
You mentioned how tough the practices have been and some of the adjectives you were using a minute ago. But how well do you think this team is responding to, you know, just the new regime and different practices? I don't know if they're tougher or not. I would assume so. But
yeah, we're adjusting pretty well to it. You know, like I said, they're real physical and real tough. And you know, us as a team, we're liking it. And like I said, we just trying to grind it out and become one of those nasty, grimy teams that come out and that are just physical every game.
You talk about your desire to be a complete back, pay attention to little things. You went into your senior year, a little bit of a sense of urgency. I mean, that's your last shot. Obviously, you want to, you know, go out on a high note. Does it feel different than years past, aside from just the coaching change?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a little different, but I've always tried to be a complete back. You know, it's just the fact that it's a different year, and you know, you always gotta just focus a little bit more on something that you might not have accomplished last year. And you know, not just me, but a lot of these guys as seniors, we're trying to go out with a bang and trying to go out on top. You know, and you know, it's been a tough past couple of years. So I mean, we just want to flip that around.
The whole idea of no more buses to the practice field, guys having to move back into the dorms. Did you move back in the dorm?
Nah, no sir.
You're a senior?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I missed it. I was right there, but I'm good.
Yeah. How did guys react to those kind of changes?
You know, that's just something Coach Strong wanted to do, and I mean, it's really, I mean, as a player, you can't do anything about that. So I mean, we just had to embrace it and had to follow those rules. I mean, honestly, like, what can we do? Honestly, that's something we just had to embrace, and he feels like that's going to make us better as a team and as players and as students. And that's something we have to respect.
Malcolm, last year during the Alamo Bowl, the ESPN, the parabolic mic kind of picked up some colorful language you had when one of the Oregon guys pushed you out of bounds. Do you feel like as you've gotten older and you've had consistent success towards the end of last year, do you feel like you're playing with more of an edge?
Yeah, definitely. I've been a lot more comfortable. I was a lot more comfortable last year once I started getting a little bit more in rhythm and more of the carries. You know, Jay Gray went down, and I was forced to get out there and then take a lot of that load. So I mean, after that, I started getting in rhythm, and you know, I do feel as a back, as myself, I feel confident in myself. And I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody else, but I do feel confident in myself that that I can play this game that I love, and I did catch a little edge during during the end of the season and started getting into a little bit of a rhythm.
Speaking of edge and kind of identity, Coach Strong mentioned, I think in his first press conference, he said, you know, if you're a team that can't line up and run the ball, you're going to have issues. Have you gotten the sense that that's what Coach Watts and the staff, they want the identity of this offense to be a team that, when push comes to shove, you can line up and run the football on people? Oh yeah, definitely. They've established that. They established that the first day, and you know, something that I noticed and something that the coaches speak on. You know, those those teams that are winning those national championships. I mean, they can run the ball. You got the Alabamas. You got Florida State. They were in the eye a little bit as well, and running the ball very well. And you know, just teams like that are winning championships and just beating teams down. They mentioned teams like, you know, Stanford. They run the ball almost 100% of the time, you know, and they're winning and they're beating teams. So that's something that's evident, something that's obvious. If you can establish your run game, you can win and you can beat teams.
There's a difference between running the ball and just hitting people in the mouth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can this team do that?
Definitely, we can.
This team line up and knock people in the mouth? For
sure. We have a lot of offensive line that are determined. We got some young guys coming up with Darius James and Kennedy Estelle and well, they're not too young now with Kennedy and Dez and guys like that. But we got some guys that are ready and ready to fight and ready to play ball.
Malcolm, on that offensive line with Kent going down with the knee, have you noticed a sense of urgency from Dez, from Kennedy to kind of pick it up, knowing that there's really not a whole lot of fallback if they don't pick it up?
Oh yeah, they like Dez and Kennedy, they're ball players. You know, they're real tall, physical guys, and they're ready to play no matter what. And I respect them for that. And they're always ready. When you put them in the game, they're always ready, and they're ready to grind. They're ready to work during practice, and they're trying to get better each and every day, like the rest of this team.
How hungry have you seen Desmond? Have you seen the change in him? Because there were a lot of expectations last year. It obviously didn't go the way he wanted. Have you noticed the change in him this spring?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a guy. He likes to fight those guys. You know, he has a lot of fight in him. He's a big, strong guy. I mean, you just look at him and look at him, and you'll see it. You know, you'll see it in his eyes. And when he's on the field, you'll see it in his body language. He feels like he's that guy, and that's what all of our offensive linemen should be doing, and that's what a lot of them do. You know, they feel like we can dominate up front, and they know that if we dominate up front, this team can do a lot of great things.
Did you talk to Joe at all about your history with Twitter rumors?
Nah, I don't even know what that's about, man. What?
The stuff going on about possibly transferring or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. No clue.
Malcolm, you come from a military family. Wondering how you found out about the news yesterday at Fort Hood, and maybe your immediate reaction to that news.
Oh man, it's never great to hear anything like that. You know, I didn't look a whole bunch into it, but you know, I had a couple friends mention it to me. But you know, it's really a tragedy. I mean, like I said, I didn't look a whole bunch into it just yet, and just to hear something like that, I know families are devastated and everything like that. So I mean, I'm definitely praying for them and hoping the best for all those families and everything.